Draw where the vertical pole's corners intersect. When drawn, the branch relationships become clear. The same applies to this side as well. Each branch must have a leaf on it. Use debris to create layers and outlines. For edges, don't make a perfect circle. Make it circular but layered and staggered. This also goes upward. On the pole, branches grow up, possibly layered. Along it is a vertical pole. Including this, it goes this way. You can add a bit of detail here too. For the break, switch to oblique leaves here. Cover this vertical branch a bit. Draw leaves over the pole area, including this. Facing this way, it's darker on the shaded side. Use more pressure when drawing directly. As the branch descends, add faint smaller branches, white pencil marks in this area with scattered details. This forms the tree's overall outline shape. Press harder on dark areas, starting with leaves. Near edges, press firmly for a silhouette effect. Add slight curvature near the junctions. First, identify the areas that need to be very dark. When painting this, we must leave some white areas in the middle. Don't paint it all black. See, we paint in small sections, not one large dark area. Let's highlight these branches and their distribution, keeping the surroundings darker. The lower part of the branch should be heavier too. It's heavy, so bring out the front layer's highlights by adding some contrast. This is my analysis, but also based on the image, which has some heavier parts. But don't rely entirely on what we see in the actual image. It's a combination. Use the original as a reference, whether photo or real scene. We can adjust beyond this reference template and the actual model. For the tree, find the right balance of dark areas and brighter spots. Establish the overall feel first, then move on to the next steps. Many students aren't sure when to stop drawing. Look for areas that seem off, underdrawn or overdone. This area feels strange. This piece doesn't look natural. Let's add more leaves to fill in these background areas. Then we can leave this piece as it is. For this area, add some lines to create a bit of contrast. The white areas should also be outlined again. It's not a white tree. Even in light areas it won't be completely blank. Let's look at the whole tree, its light and shadow and three-dimensional aspects. This area is slightly brighter, just a bit. The tree is bright here, but overall it's on the dark side with some lighter spots. The bright area feels off. This part shouldn't be so bright. So let's deepen this area more. We'll try to press down this whole section a bit. Don't make this bright part black, but make it slightly darker than the outer bright area. We'll use fine lines on top. Press it down a bit. Then connect this part here to emphasize it. After drawing a while, we'll step back to check the overall tree structure. Press this part down again. Keep these bright spots, but darken the lower area a bit. We need to have an area like this. Don't make this entire section too dark or deep. This area is mostly deep, so we'll press it down. Leave a small white space in the middle, a break. The rest is basically a black silhouette. Paint from deep areas transitioning towards the brighter parts. For transitions, when we're not drawing the middle part, there's one key point we need to keep in mind. Always pay attention to the timing. You need to focus on the boundary line, the contrast between light and dark areas. Make sure to leave enough space for this. Leave sufficient room. You can gradually add more details, but don't add too much at once. If you don't leave enough space, you won't be able to make changes later. We talked about using less earlier, then adding more gradually. As you add more, work upwards, always keeping the highlights in mind. Leave enough room for them. See this large white area? It's not right. There should be light and dark variations. Start from the dark part and gradually move up, using broken lines for transition. Look here too. We've drawn the dark side. In the middle, use sparse, broken lines. Wrap the lines, but with lower density. It looks airy. It'll be lighter than what we drew before. The contrast will be more visible. When drawing this part, it's different. The area is larger. For smaller areas, keep it simple. Don't add too many variations. There are changes, but for this part, let's look at the reference. Okay, let's gradually move to the edge, the brightest part. Leave a little more white. For the remaining areas, let's make them a bit grayer. Apply an even layer of sparse lines across it. It's not pure white, so we can leave more detail. The tree's leaves will change constantly. The line must stand out on the paper. Don't draw softly, carefully tracing each line. Draw with confidence, not rigidly. Vary the speed with fast and slow strokes. It should dance like musical notes on the page. Make it rhythmic, not random jumping. This part is bright with slight shading below. Now for the top part. The lower area faces down, add depth there. Let's focus on this group of leaves below. Add some layers to it. The overall shape is good. Let's do the crown. Draw it on top. Break it up a bit to avoid flatness. Add silhouette leaves behind the branch. Don't change the branch's shape or direction. Emphasize the shadows on the trunk. Blend the tree with the ground. It shouldn't float. I'll check the overall balance now. everything looks in place. That's the basic shadow effect. The tree is mostly complete now. This is how to paint a large tree. Shadows are crucial. Make it dark, not flat. It should be dark, but with a certain feel. Create a lush, dimensional darkness. Not a flat, lifeless black. It must have a breathable, deep black. Make it a bit heavier. Alright, we've reached a good stopping point.